Hi there, I'm Rob Anderson. I'm all about crafting for crafters, and I wanted to come along and do a hangout for you today. It's Saturday, I think, and I quite like the fact that I can kind of chug along at my own speed here, and that's pretty cool. But I'm going to try not to. Let's just go there. I'm going to try not to. Let me just go here. And take hours. It says on the Hangouts that I can run this for up to 8 hours. I'm sure you don't want to do that, but I do want to add this. If you think this is going to be a 1 minute video, you need to go away now. If you're looking for a great tip on how to research your crafts, then hang around. We're going to be 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not sure, as long as it takes, probably 20 minutes. I like to do things properly and I like to give a lot of tips. Okay, so a couple of points before I start. Any crafting business that wants to sell more crafts needs to have a few things in place. One of them is very comprehensive research, right? The second most important item is correct targeting of your buyer market, and that would mostly be online. Offline, your buyer market comes to you at the craft, at the fairs, at your booth, in the stalls, on the flea markets, craft markets, they come there. Okay, but online, you've got to research your craft thoroughly. This is my course. So I do have a course for it. I'm not punting the course here today. You either want to research your craft or you don't. I'm not worried about that. But thorough research will tell you who's buying what are the popular items. Remember, online, especially online, a lot of it is about shipping and things. There's little things that you got to take into consideration. And if you look at what other people are doing very well with, let's go there, then you know that it's doing well for a reason, and it kind of helps you to mirror yourself along those lines. Okay, so craft research, correct keywords for buyers via targeting, and then content built in a certain way that attracts page one rankings for those keywords, and you then literally get a flood of buyer traffic. It's actually so simple, and it is, let's be honest, it's a pain in the butt to have to do. I get it, you're a crafter, you want to do arty stuff and stop only to drink tea or wine, I think. Let me not even go there. But yeah, you want to just kind of do what you love doing, but at the same time, if you're doing it for business, set up the research, set up the keyword research, and then set up your website so that after that, it's actually very easy. A little bit of a routine, create a page, link it here, do some blog commenting, whatever it is, and your business will flourish. Okay, so that's what this is all about. This tip today is one of the tips in here. In fact, in this course, it's one of the tips I've got on how to research your crafts. In fact, let's see if it actually brags about that tip. Nope, not on here. By the way, I apologize if you saw that. It's not going to stay $1 for long. In fact, I'm supposed to have changed it already to its normal price. Okay. All right, so this research today is going to be on a site called Craft Count. Okay, again, to recap, it's in the course and it teaches you a little bit about how to use it in there. But let's just play with this for now. You go to craftcount.com. I'm not affiliated to them in any way. And it gives you information, beautiful information. I'm not joking. It does summary of top sellers. Incidentally, it's only researching, it only does Etsy. So it has no idea who the top seller is on Amazon or the top seller on Craft, whatever the other places are that sell craft products, for that matter, your own website. I contacted one of these ladies in here. I'm South African. I suspect you might have heard that. I contacted a local lady, just like a case of, hey, how well do you do with this? I research all the time, and I love asking people. If you don't ask, you don't get. And I simply asked her, what percentage of your business comes from Etsy? And she's got a partner and a small factory. They're in Cape Town in South Africa. And she said, without too much thought, she said, off the top of my head, about half. So if 50% of her business is coming from Etsy, it tells you that Etsy is very capable and a great way of selling your stuff. But if you're not ranking on Etsy, or you're not the guy who comes up first, you're going to lose out. So a lot of that is to do with how you market Etsy, how you link to your Etsy site, because it's about linking within that too. Okay. What you could want to do now, if you're researching it, let's say you want to research a specific thing. So let's say, well, if you look, sorry, let's not me think one up. If you look, there's so many things in here. So I would, currently, being a crafter by nature, by the way, although I'm now only teaching crafters on how to do their business. Any crafting I do now is just for fun. I'm not selling crafts. But when my wife and I were laughing yesterday, we saw a meme on Facebook that said, you're a true crafter when you take photographs of items in stores thinking, I can make that. And we do it. We do exactly that. We come in and we see if we can make a better version of a fly trap or a thing or a baby's gift or something. Candles. We just don't ever stop. Okay, so it's not to abuse the length of time. Where does it tell me how long I've been chatting to you for? I can't see it. So it's probably better if I just carry on and be done with it. What you would do is go through this at Craft Counter and pick something that you do. So let me look for something that I have done. Actually, I've done a lot of this. Oh, my bad. So let's just do something that I'd like to try. Wings, my son's a wedding photographer. And so we're thinking of creating a wedding website. We, by the way, will not just have craft-related items on it. If you're a crafting person that is into wedding items, hey, contact me by all means. I'd love to put you on my site and feature you, even though that site doesn't yet exist. But if you just appeared and said to me, Rob, is your wedding site up? Hell, I'd put it up just because you approached me. Anyway, so if we go to Etsy, under weddings, bragging bags, let's see what happens if I click open link in a new. I knew this before, by the way, but I go into all these places so often, I'm never 100% sure. Yes, it's taking me across to the Etsy site under bragging bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the first sort of that fall under wedding. Now, it's not totally cut and dried. Interesting fact, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first, oh my bad, I could have looked, the first 12 sites. In fact, only one other first 16 here. Let's see how much further we can go. Well, the first 26 sites are in the US. And yet, yesterday I did another video. It's on my site. It was about Etsy's traffic. I think they were getting 7, 8 million visitors a month. I've forgotten. You'd have to go and watch the video. I'm finished with that. And I think it was 56% of their business comes from the US. So I'm curious as to whether the crafting businesses that are so successful are US based because they're local and people buy from them easier. I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you the answer to that. I don't have a clue. Okay, let's go and play with what we found. Bragging bags. Okay, so it's a ring bearer bag. A silk bouquet, Hagman's the bride. Flower basket. Rustic, beautiful. I love that they're all soft and creamy colors, white. So if you were in the wedding niche, you would look through this and notice which items are selling and not necessarily copy them. In our case here in South Africa, we're probably advertised local. So in other words, I'm probably never going to put my products onto Etsy, but it's okay because I can drive way more products locally through local search. And obviously I'm very good at getting ranked at local search. So 2-3 weeks after starting my website, I'm going to be featuring on the local search websites. When somebody looks up wedding favors Johannesburg Power, there I am. So then they'd pitch up and then I would offer them whatever ideas I'd have come up with based on my research that are working. So let's go to another one. Fallen Star Couture. Okay, so it sounds, I was going to say sounds like stitching. I think it came from, those are lovely garters. It came from the garters, the ring cushiony things. A lot of engraving I've noticed, by the way, and it appears to be a very strong thing on the crafting. I haven't crafted for about 5 or 6 years for a living. And I see that engraving and the cutout stuff, I don't know what they call it, the word will come to me in a second, has become extremely popular. And so that's incredible to see. Okay, so these are really beautiful garters. Well priced too. I wonder if I'd want to compete with such a good price. Part of it is the high quality with nice, very talented people you can see. Great logo, great ideas. There's no doubt that if they have a website, which they probably do here, and incidentally, if you're doing real research, you really should go to their website and have a look at that. Because my opinion is that very likely if they've made their Etsy shop look good, I would suspect that their website is stunning. Hanger Design Center, that's different. It's a husband's shop. Well, I always believe you definitely take your links and things from where you can. Okay, so there's quite a lot of staff they've got in their business. By the way, if you go back here, we're on Fallen Star. It'll tell you their sales. They have done, wow, 40,000 sales this year. Surely not. That must be the last 12-month period. I did know this answer. Does it say so somewhere? Okay, so we need to look into exactly what it is. Otherwise, that's huge numbers. I would suspect that's over a 12-month period. They'd probably tell me in here somewhere if I found it properly. I'm leaving this up to you guys. You're going to do the research. I'm just telling you about the site. Let me hide this. Maybe it's down at the very bottom. Nope. It's unlikely that they've done 40,000 sales in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, probably a 12-month period. Either way, it's great. The site, by the way, refreshes every 24 hours. So it's pretty cool to know that this is kind of really up to date, these numbers, okay? So, if you took 40,000 items and a calculator at, oh my bad, I need to go back to the actual, doesn't break when I try something like that. At $20, $32, $29, $34, $49. So let's say an average of $30. That's quite a lot of money. So a quick squiz. $1.2 million. Wow. From a wedding blog that's well done. Now, based on that, I'm confident to say that you could probably rank a website and double that, if not even do more offline or through. And by the way, you could do equal amount of sales through places like Amazon and things. There are quite a few of those things in my course that show you where you can also go to look to compare, and for that matter, list your product once you're done with researching it. I mean, if you can research something there, why the hell not go back and put your product up? Let's go and have a look at what two broads. Two broads design. Okay, they're doing wire work stuff. That's coat hangers. These look the same. I suspect it's one of their best sellers. If that's the case, and they're doing single dress hangers and wedding and pretty much that, and yet they're still up there in the 37,000 sales. I'm super impressed. Hanger designs. Okay, that would explain that. Look, I'm sure that's the same friends of that husband of the other lady. Oh, you've got to have a lot of weddings going on in your country to be able to post over 40,000 items. That's something that always agresses me. You think, it comes back to the days when I worked from home. Well, I've always worked from home. When I was making my hammock chairs from home, and I'd go to a craft market and I'd sit there and I'd sell 20, and I'd be so pleased with myself because 20 here and 30 there. At the end of the month, I would have sold 100, and I would have done fine. My staff would be happy, and I could pay the bills and eat. And yet, since then, having discovered how online works, when I realized the power of the internet and literally putting your stuff into a more of a sort of like a sausage machine production line system where you find the items, and that's what this research is all about, by the way, finding that item that's not hard to reprint, redo, remake. It's crafty, it's original, it's unique, it only comes from you. But you know what? You're putting it through a screen printer or press, and boop, chink, boop, chink, boop, chink, you're making them by the dozens, and they're just selling because they're beautiful and they're original and they're yours. So lovely, another lovely name, Milk and Honey Luxuries. I suspect some of these guys do well simply because they're clever in their branding and names. Again, look at how they've branded light and white colors. Weddings will do that for you. In fact, let's close all of these before I use up your time forever. It might be my Saturday, it might not be yours when you're looking at this. Let's go to something completely different. Let's go to woodworking. Now, that's something I know. Remember, I said that I did the hammock chairs, I made benches and garden furniture. I know from researching this before that woodworking or furniture is massive worldwide, especially custom pieces. But it's pretty hard to let the world know that you make these really cool, well, hammock chairs for that matter. And so how you do it is important. There's another factor too, is that to post a hammock chair, because of its bulk and volume, is very pricey. So I can tell you now, let's have a look. If you go to any of these first few, they will very likely be small, kind of, well, house signs and door numbers and keys for 21sts made out of wood, because those are the things that you can send out. There we go. Quite right. Family names. Interesting. It said woodworking, and there's a lot of screen printing of some sort. Fine. Let's look at the next one. Sorry about my computer speed. Signed, numbered. Again, frames. Interesting. I would think there was shipping. It doesn't. This is guessing, you see. And again, this is why we do research, by the way. Never, ever just guess. I'm busy guessing here and telling you to guess. Don't do that. Research it. My guessing comment was going to be, sorry about that, that I would suspect it's easy to go and get a frame done locally because it's the cost of your petrol. That guy's got his machinery in that store and it's done where it's not costing him another X amount of dollars to schlep it off to you. So it's interesting. Okay, this looks like a male is involved in this, so as not to pick on him too much. So, well, I understand this was to create a solid 3D look of luxury letters. Monograms, wooden things. These are lovely. It's Halloween. Beautiful things, by the way, to put literally on your front door. You do your coat of arms, you do something like that if it can be done, and it's great. So again, it tells you why. Let's have a look at the numbers here. By the way, they were $10, $20. Let's say an average of $20. My bad, who were they? League of Letters, 24,000 items. So they're doing great. Now, just for fun, I'm going to run away, I promise. Now, you can bail anytime you like, by the way, although I do suggest that if you do, before you run away, stop stop before you run away. Go and follow the link to my crafting research course. It is well worth the effort to know how to research your crafts properly, so that in time you won't go to all the trouble of selling something that's just not working. Literally, I mean, you're going to work crazy hard, and you could have done it slightly different and done very well. While I'm talking here, I've gone to top sellers by country. I've clicked on S. I love to research my own country. I believe that the bulk of the country is bone lazy. In fact, humans are bone lazy by nature. They're trying to take a shortcut. So I'm always impressed when I see, for example, South Africans that are featuring on Etsy. And the reason I'm impressed is that we have only had the internet from fairly recently. And in fact, it's only been mainstream for about 5 years now, where it's accessible to everybody. And people have only been on 2-3 years now. So to find somebody who's doing well in South Africa, it's always impressive. So let's go to Start DA, graphic design. No, let's try. Oh, sorry, when you go to the countries, paper goods, patterns, homeware, paper goods, it tells you if you're even in the right niche. Look at this, impressively. I would have thought jewelry is right up top. Not. Sorry, but wait, let me tell you why. Patterns, paper goods, patterns, paper goods, patterns. These are all because to post and ship from South Africa is a lot more expensive than shipping locally in the States. So if we go back to, would the USA be under U? Okay, guys, no smart comments, please. United Kingdom. I love, by the way, looking at the different stream countries to see who does what and where. Seriously, didn't I push that button? I'm going to push it again. I'm very, very good. I'm a male, so we're very good at pushing buttons repeatedly. Let's see what's here and what's open. Let's close all of this wooden. Okay. So the internet speed is getting me. I presume it's going to appear somewhere here. I'm just patient. But it'll tell you that if 60% of the buying market is in the US, it means that there'll be a slight difference in products that are sold over there. So you need to double check that that's working for you, that your answers are accurate, because I am on a group in LinkedIn where the ladies there were all stating their best sellers, jewelry, earrings. And I get that it's price related. So necklaces and earrings first and then necklaces. So it's the visual stuff that you see, that you decorate with. Sorry if that's the word. And yet, I'm not sure, other than looking at this properly, which are the jewelry ones here. Fabulous rocks. Oh, go on, Rob, have a look. I figured I've gone way past 20 minutes with you here, and I'm sorry about that. If you managed to survive this far, thank you for that. I'm impressed with you. Okay, it's jewelry. So remember this, Etsy is probably the biggest seller of handcrafted items. Amazon, by far the biggest seller of anything. So by knowing where to research your items, knowing how to do it, and learning little tricks as you go along, like Craft Count will teach you, it helps you see and understand and not just get ideas from blog. I mean, I'm on a place called Bloglovin. I'm sure you know it if you're a crafter. And it's fun because there's lots of cool crafters. But it proves one thing to me. Crafters love to hold hands with other crafters. And because they're interacting with thousands of followers, all of those followers are crafters. Those crafters, you go and look at this site, ooh, lovely idea. And then pretty soon you're out making a new bird feeder or a thing or a goodie to put on your toilet door. It doesn't matter. Cool crafting items. But in truth, is it what the public are buying? Because if you hear because you want to sell more products, you've got to do your research from where are they buying, what are they buying, how do I make mine get in front there? And then you need to do less of the whole hand holding with bloggers that are crafters. By the way, one thing you must do with the hand holding blogger thing is get backlinks from them. So you've got to still be friends with them. Please don't give up all your blogging buddies, all your crafters, because Rob said so. Just don't. You need to get links onto their sites. You need to get them to do pages of yours with links to your site. You need to do contextual backlinks. You need to do URLs. You need to do blog commenting. And all of it must, I promise you, must be in the same niche as yours or close to. So crafting overall is good, but if you're a jeweler, then make sure your jewelry stuff is on, your links come from all jewelry related sites. If you're in stones, like this, jewelry that's got stone, fabulous rocks, say, let me do a feature thing. They put a small contextual backlink at the very bottom of your post. Google's happy, you're happy, they're happy, they got some content. Okay, I could play with this forever, so I'm going to, by the way, now that I'm going to go, but I'm going to let you escape, and I do suggest that you follow my links to my site. Have a look at what I've got there on selling more crafts. Bunch of stuff. I do stuff all the time, and at the same time, there's lots of videos like this that are free tips, so you can get along and play with free tips. That's it. Thank you for your time. Take care. Cheers.